August 29th was my birthday. I woke up in the morning with excitement and I asked my mom, Mom, I was like, are we going to celebrate with the cakes and candles? She was like, no, you're too old for a birthday, but here is your money and the card. Now go and dance with your football, what you're doing from the past 1 year. That kind of makes me an everyday learner, physically and mentally. So this wild dreams of achieving something came into life when our nation lost to a German club in 2012 at Delhi. It is shameful to see our nation playing against a club and still losing. I was embarrassed. Inside me, those instincts were trembling to make a change. It led me to question to try to understand that what the role of football was, what the power of football was in our lives. And I think that question itself, which sparked in me to make a change, which is an unexpected journey. I believe to win in any aspect, the moral fiber is very important. In football, we need to play as a team, not for oneself, which we haven't seen for centuries. At this point of time, I was a non-established engineer. I was dependent on my family, even for the basic needs. Hanging on to this thought, I felt that the future has to be built by the kids, and it has to start now. To build the right character, we need to ingrain that right character in them. To build the right character, we also have to build that right environment. And now we need to focus on how to create that environment. Further exploring this thought, I went to places where kids played. I sat, I observed, I analyzed, and I took copious notes, finding the potential in them. Out of many points I made, the few things which I noticed were, they considered football as a recreational game, which implies that football has no future, which is incorrect. And their perceptions in life, they don't even know how to tie their shoelaces. Sadly, most of us have missed this simple life skill, how to tie their shoelace right. So, further, I went into this subconscious world. I started researching more on kids' behavior on and off the field. So eventually my focus on the studies came down. For the first time in my life, I failed in my second year of my engineering. Now, here is the irony, My parents, they were devastated. But inside me, I was rejoicing this result as I could see a new hope in pursuing the love for the football. So at this part of my life, I was a failure, I was dependent, I was young, and I had no experience in how to teach the kids. However, I took this interest and I went to schools and academies explaining what I had to do. But yet again, I was a failure with the rejections. Now I was scared, Now I was so scared that even if I'll see my own future with this. And I think these are the adversities which gave me more courage to show these people which they haven't seen in anyone. So I started to improve my technical football skills through freestyling. So after many days of hard practice, I came up with this football video. Thank you. So this video, I started to share in the community, explaining the football interest once again. This time, it actually worked. At the age of 20, I was considered as a football coach in an academy. I was very happy now, I started, I started to work with the kids. I started to learn more. And eventually, working with the academy, I was disappointed with their working structure. Because this academy, they want to make money, and they think that kids should not play with the football shoes as they wanted to maintain their football ground. And technically, they weren't good either. My opinions there were suppressed. I couldn't continue my football show anymore. I had to quit the academy. Quitting the academy, I came out with a learning experience. Soon, I created my own football curriculum where I started to create my own workshops in several schools. Till now, I have taught more than 60 football kids, which has been a mutual learning experience. Here is the one more irony. In spite of me being an engineering failure, I taught football for the scientists who happened to come from the country's best research institutes. Thank you. So along with this, I even also got a chance to keep in touch with the local football community through tournaments. I started representing myself as a football referee. Now, from a failure, I was a coach, I was a football referee, and I was also a football freestyler. Soon, even my football freestyles were recognized, and I started giving shows. I represented Bangalore football freestyle in Chennai for a Red Bull event. I also gave a football freestyle show in Bangalore in a Karnataka stadium in front of thousands of people. Soon with this, I started to get media's attention. I started to appear on newspapers and TVs, and I started to earn. I was really happy, as I could see my happiness through the failure itself. But at the end of the day, I thought, what is the purpose of my life? What am I going to do in the star city? And what about those obscure places where kids are living, willing to play, and deserve to play like everyone? So now, if you see, these two guys who happen to come from an orphanage have been selected for a club, and they're going to play in front of the same society who have left them uncared. They're going to play in the Karnataka football stadium. So 3 months back, we started training in an orphanage where we didn't have shoes, we didn't have safety gear, and we didn't have clothes, we didn't have anything. But I could see their hunger to learn this football. But sadly, we didn't have the resources that time. And since they were playing with a barefoot, they were getting injured. They were getting injured, and they were reluctantly made to sit out during the training sessions as they didn't have shoes. So the confidence level was very low that time. But inside me, I wanted to make a change. I went to many established individuals, requesting for the support, but nobody were ready to sponsor us that time. I was a failure with the rejections at many places. I had totally lost my ego, to ask at any place, any point of time. But all my efforts were, it didn't turn out well. So what I did was, I started asking people through the internet if they had any of the old shoes which have been unused in their homes. So it was a magical response what I saw. In a week, our team got 45 pairs of brand new shoes. I'm sorry, we got 45 pairs of shoes. Out of them, 16 of them who played got brand new football shoes. In a week. We didn't just get the shoes, we even got clothes, we got food, we got safety gear, we got sports DVDs to see, for their fun entertainment purpose. So, which was a great thing, I was really happy that time. As the people were the heroes now, the same people who left them uncared came forward to help them. It's a great thing, And now, this orphanage have been noticed by many people. It has been noticed by many people. And there are many hidden faces just like me have come forward to nurture their talent in karate, in music, in craft making, all these things. So finding resources was one thing, finding love was another here. Now, I have obligated to myself to see the future through the kids. I have quit my engineering and I'm studying psychology to understand better on the kids' behavior on and off the field. I'm on this journey with a belief that football is deeper than a sport. It is a human service because it has the capacity to experience something beautiful, and every footballer is obligated to carry that beauty in themselves and spark that beauty in others, which could blossom into a new hope. Thank you.